What you about to see will change your perception of crypto completely. There is no content like this in English-speaking YouTube. They don't want you to know. I'm about to show you a man who is managing $1.5 billion assets in crypto. A company that he owns is behind the success of BONK on Solana, a market maker swimming through these markets like a shark. This is it. This is your life-changing video of this market cycle. I urge you to read between the lines. I urge you to rewatch this video at least 3 times. With each and every view, you will be catching something new. This sacred piece of alpha actually making a difference on the 5x or 50x performance this cycle. There is crazy amount of alpha in this video, but you have to think it does not provide it to you easily. You need to analyze and uncover. Yes, his camera quality might not be perfect, as well as the sound. But let me ask you a question. Do you deserve to make any money in this market if the quality of sound or the quality of camera can't stop you? Shift your attention back to watching useless TikToks? Watch crypto influencers shilling you crap projects dumping on you in the process? This is your call. This content is provided for free. There is info in this video you will only be getting on private conferences with $20,000 plus entry tickets. Please use this opportunity. I beg you. I'm glad to have Alex, CEO and founder of Gotbit Hedge Fund, market makers behind BONK and 400 plus projects since 2017, managing more than $1.5 billion in crypto assets. I pushed my team and team of Gotbit Hedge Fund to publish this video today. It was just recorded this morning. There is time-sensitive information there. Nothing shared is a financial advice. Everything shared is a personal opinion of non-affiliated private person. Do your own research. Before we start, if you want to receive this type of content moving forward, like this video, subscribe to this channel and hit the bell notification on. Hi Alex, pleasure to have you on the interview today. Could you please introduce yourself to the audience?
Yeah. What's up, guys? It's Alex here, founder and CEO of Gotbit Hedge Fund, one of the leading market-making companies in Web3.
Can you please provide some information about the fund and maybe in some numbers, how many employees, how much assets under management, how many clients?
Yeah, definitely happy to. Our fund is focused on tier 2 markets. Tier 2 markets, I mean projects listed on OKX, Bybit, KuCoin, and some other exchanges without Binance. And also we support a few Binance listings, but only spot, not perps. We just crossed 180 employees in our company. 23 countries right now our employees based in, and regarding numbers, we are managing more than 1.4 billion in crypto assets at this moment.
How many clients do you have at this stage?
It's hard to define who is client in our case, because we work with institutionals, we work with venture funds, and we also work with founders and the C-level of crypto projects. So like if it's better to answer how many markets we manage. We are managing right now more than 1,700 markets or across centralized exchanges and decentralized exchanges. This is the best or better metric, I think.
That makes sense. I was curious, is market making the main focus for the business currently, or you're transitioning currently into more like a fund, like the management of capital at this stage?
No, market making is our number one focus in our business. And of course, departments of the company just serve in case to get more projects for market making, to provide help to market making team, but market making is the core of our business.
That makes sense. Well, the most important question, are you actually the market maker behind BONK?
Yeah, it's clear and it's already in the market that we are. And we were the first market maker which joined BONK. Later, after Binance perpetual futures listed BONK, they signed also with DWF. So we work together right now, Gotbit and DWF on this project. Yeah,
that makes sense. Can you please tell a bit more how this happened in the first place, the whole story of BONK and how basically the project became such a success?
Yeah, if you don't mind, we can put somewhere here link to our Twitter thread. We made a big thread in Gotbit Twitter where you can read deeply and go deeper about what happened with BONK and why did it bump so high and which main factors influence the price. So, but briefly speaking, three main factors. Factor number one is crazy good team, top level team. Founder is very smart, and it's like a new generation of smart founders in Web3. Number two, I think it's a few big on-chain airdrops in Solana ecosystem. Jito, PIF, some others later happened when, and Jupiter also already after BONK hype. But first airdrops brought a lot of on-chain liquidity to Solana, and it's easy to compare with Biden checks to US citizens during the COVID. So when this free liquidity comes into ecosystem, usually it stays into ecosystem and just distribute from airdrop hunters to most hyped projects on chain. And BONK, I think from August till December was the number one hype on Solana. That's why they collected a lot of liquidity from airdrops. Yeah, and then also reason number three is Solana designed for on-chain trading and on-chain diligence. So that's why not only BONK, a few other meme coins made significant results like Myro, like VIF and others. Yeah.
So very interesting. You mentioned that the founder of BONK is a new generation of Web3 founders. Can you maybe outline what is the main difference that you see? Like, how is he different? Does he understand the market better, the trends better, the chain better?
I think actually there were three generations already in Web3. Generation number one, like BTC maxi people, Bitcoin maxi people, Bitcoin Ripple maxi people. Generation number two is all who came after ETH success. DeFi, summer, if you remember, 2020, 2021, and all of these type of founders. And generation number three is a generation which like existed at the NFT hype. So this was generation number three. So in my opinion, BONK founder is in generation number three. And like it's hard to like name generation because like difference is like 1 and 2 years between them. But yeah, the difference is how these founders create funnels for attracting people into their projects, marketing approach, all of this, hard to explain briefly. But yeah, so I think the main difference is about community structuring and marketing funnels they use to bring new customers, new users into their projects.
Very interesting. So it seems like they do understand the market better, they understand funnels better, they understand the
Not
communities better as well.
Different angles. It's only about angles. It's not
angles.
about better. Yeah, it's about. Yeah. Wait a second. I just turn on lights. I think it will be better.
Yeah, I was curious, how's life after BONK? Do you get a lot more recognition in the market? Do you get a lot more projects that want to work with you?
Yeah, of course. It's like it was not life change, but it changed a lot of our approach to marketing. We became famous in crypto Twitter, and we really did it with zero investment into marketing of Gotbit. So it was amazing. We focused on content marketing a lot. A few of our crypto Twitter threads made a few 100K views, which was awesome. Never expected such influence in crypto Twitter. Yeah, and after BONK, the main success for us was not in the way like we've signed a lot of other meme coins on Solana. We sign a lot of institutional market players who are now using our infrastructure for on-chain trading, because this, to be honest, is a gate. So like Gotbit now is a gate for institutional like trading firms, venture funds, big one, to trade on chain, on Solana, on ETH, and on other popular chains.
Interesting. I heard that you have like one of the strongest infrastructure for Solana on-chain trading, right?
It's hard to compare, but I think others just don't have any infrastructure. It's hard to build, and to build it, you need to invest a lot of money and time, and you need to have reasons. We had, because as I mentioned at the beginning, we focus on tier 2 markets, and usually tier 2 projects, they use DEX as a source of liquidity. So as their market makers, we should be ready to manage DEX. So it's important. I think like other market players, they just know how to manage Uniswap on ETH and maybe on some other EVM chains, but no clue how to work on Solana DEXs. It's really different.
It's very interesting. I was speaking with a company yesterday that are focusing in NFTs launches and essentially help on the Bitcoin ecosystem. Do you actually look into Bitcoin ecosystem in terms of helping to launch projects there and helping to trade NFTs and fungible tokens there as well, or it's out of the question at this stage?
Of course, we work with any type of utility tokens, even ordinals BRC20 tokens, if they are utility and exchanges, centralized exchanges are ready to list them, we're in. And we support already a few famous BRC20 projects as well. And we make a big bet on L2 on top of Bitcoin. I think a few companies now building L2s on top of Bitcoin. So we expect that this year will be very bullish in this sector.
Let's continue with the question that probably a lot of people have as well. Who is actually a market maker? Do they only provide liquidity for the projects, or what actually market maker is doing?
I think there are 100 different answers to this question. So there are different approaches. There are neutral market makers, call option market makers who are focused on arbitrage between different taxes. And some market makers, they just work on blue chips like ETH, Bitcoin, BNB, Ripple, etc. Some of them just working on really tier 3 projects. So market is wide, and there are different strategies in different companies. So I can answer only in Gotbit behavior. So for Gotbit, our like how we define ourselves is like we serve founders and C-level of crypto projects in 3 terms. Term number 1 is their funding. So they should have enough capital to build their product and to find product market fit. So for development and for marketing. Number 2 is that we manage price and market cap, and a lot of our clients, they give us a target to increase market cap to some point to get opportunity to be listed on bigger exchanges, to get new venture rounds, etc. And number 3 is management positions of investors. So a lot of investors, venture fund, provide us their positions and ask us to manage it, like doing OTC, selling on chain, selling on centralized exchanges. So these are 3 main terms what we do, and probably it's good description of our approach.
That makes
and
sense.
Of course, including this, we do all of this arbitrage, order book, spread, control, etc. But it's just like it's a framework. It's not a service. So it's a foundation. Without it, you cannot do anything. But on top, these are 3 main focuses which I mentioned.
That makes sense. I'm curious, in your company, do you provide other services when you basically start working with the project? So do you provide any consulting feedback in terms of the marketing? Do you help to set up marketing campaigns? Do you work with the community? Do you work with the sentiment of the audience as well?
Yeah, we do. We have a few different departments. One is Gotbit Labs. Gotbit Labs is working with early stage projects, but also working with projects already listed. Gotbit Labs covering 2 main tasks. Task number 1 is increasing utility of the project. So we develop, design, and integrate utilities inside already existed projects. For example, if it's gamify project, something like play to earn or game, they usually need staking, they usually need farming, they usually need NFT farming. So our team can design, develop and integrate it as a turnkey feature inside their project. Projects use this service a lot. And second service of Gotbit Labs is like marketing. So creating narratives, KOLs rounds, all of this business which projects usually need. And doesn't matter project already listed or project will be listed in a year, we serve to all of them. Also, there is a pre-TG department. Pre-TG department is very hot team from Gotbit. So they focused on a few months before TG and preparing projects for the listings. For example, service usually consists of 4 or 5 parts. Part number 1 is business development, because usually projects need to be connected with top launch pads, top exchanges, negotiating, sign the deals. So all of this we are doing. Second is marketing, so creating the narrative, making the narrative attractive for retail, and also explain how project works through the narrative. Part number 3 is a KOLs round, because you should know which KOLs are working well, which KOLs are not working, how to manage them, how to activate, so what kind of content they should post. It's important. Part number 4 is preparation for the launch. So it's basically math-based, statistical-based model, which helps us to predict price discovery after market will be open. It's very important for us as a liquidity provider to understand where we should put our buy and sell orders at the beginning and how to provide fair price discovery for the market. And last part, of course, is market making, first months of market making included. So this is our pre-TG program, and there is a separate team, separated from trading desk team, which is managing this pre-TG service for clients of Gotbit, which are preparing for initial listing.
That makes sense. I was also curious, can any project actually come to you? Like, what type of qualifications do you have in order to start to work with the project? Like, can the project that just have like a development team maybe and the founder, and they can come to you right away and you will help with everything else? And what type of projects you're actually interested in working with?
There was an interesting statement from DWF founder, Andrew. He said, like, we never say no. Like, we always work with, that's our secret. Like he said, no, sometimes we say no. So like, for example, even this case, BONK, after they confirmed Binance perps, we understand that we are not the best service provider on Binance perps. They need to hire someone better, more experienced. And they asked us which one company is better for them. We said that in their case, DWF will be better. And it helped them to sign DWF and to get better price discovery. So after they signed DWF, they made 4x more for the price. I think it was amazing, actually. So yeah, there was if project is too big, we don't sign usually, or we work together with other market makers. Or if project like scammy, like MLM, Ponzi, or like founded by founders which made a scam before, because crypto is a very small world, you're really easy to find out. So yeah, we also don't sign.
That makes sense. It's quite interesting that you mentioned that after BONK signed with DWF Labs, they basically 4x in price. And the next question I have is that, is this a guarantee that if we see news that some projects start to work with the market maker, or maybe if we were able to figure out that the project is working with a certain market maker, do we know for a fact that the project will go up in price?
Of course, no. And also we made a big thread in Gotbit Twitter, because we saw after BONK, there were a lot of speculations, like if Gotbit signed project XYZ, they should make like 100x. No, it's not like this. Probably it means that project want to get liquidity service from market maker, and they will maybe align some strategy. But I think it also could be strategy of liquidating position of the team, so it will be downside strategy, and it doesn't mean that project should pump higher. So actually, I don't think it's always a buy. Like I think it's 50-50, like 50% buy, 50% sell, and people should not use it as a trading recommendation or like financial advice.
Why focusing on tier 2 projects specifically?
Because when we started 2017, from 2017 to 2019, we were like very random. So like work with a few projects we can reach. And then in 2019, we join global Web3 market, and we found out that there were already Jump, GSR, Alameda, Free Arrows Capital, Vintermute just raised their first round. So we figure out that it will be very strong competition in top in tier one projects. And that's why we focused on tier two, because it was like blue ocean. And I think it was very right bet, because right now in like tier two is not a bad word, actually. Tier two is a good project, decent ones, but they just don't have Binance perps. So they have Binance Spot, or they have not Binance Spot, but like Bybit Spot, Qcoin Spot, OKX Spot, so good listings. And usually for them, strategies from Wintermute or TWF or GSR not performing well. So that's why also tier two projects now prefer work with us, not with other market makers famous for tier one. So it was very right decision, strategic decision, and now Gotbit is a leader of tier two market in crypto.
Yeah, it makes sense. I do think it's very, very wise as well. I was curious, can anyone actually be a market maker? Like, do you need to have your own software, your own trading strategy in order to be able to provide these services?
I think time window is closed. So always a big part of success of entrepreneurs and business they open is the timing. So we started at the right time, and right now it's almost impossible to join the business because it's already red ocean, and a lot of companies build their brands very strong, and also I think for new companies you need to spend a lot to get like first 10 15 clients, and you should be ready to work in loss for the company like for the first year and then start making money. So like I think not a lot of people can really afford it, and actually I think that there are more profitable businesses in crypto than doing this. So that's two main reasons why not a lot of new market makers come into the market. I think the last one was DWF, but they became famous, the last one, but not a lot of people know that DWF was a prop trading company for a long time ago, so they're not new. So I think if you are like prop trading company or like hedge fund and you want to start market making, you can, because you have connections and you have software and you have team. But to join from the outside this market, I think it's very hard.
That's quite interesting. You mentioned that there are probably more profitable business models at this stage in crypto. Can you actually list some?
No, I mean, not like more profitable. I mean, if you start from zero, from the ground, you can do better things, I think. Like, for example, marketing companies. There are like a few marketing companies which can work in performance marketing way. Not just in case you made like 1,000 tweets or 10 articles or like 50 YouTube videos, but in performance way, when you can guarantee KPIs, like I can bring you $10 million TVL, or I can bring you $5 million buyers, or I can bring you like 10,000 customers in your DeFi. So if you are marketing genius and you can build growth hacking, performance marketing, welcome. It's blue ocean for such companies. And also I think to start venture fund now, it's a good time. Very easy to raise like 10 million from family offices, 15 million from family offices, and to find good deals, invest, and in 1-2 years show like 500% ROI. Good. You will, and you get 40% as a management fee from it.
Right. It's
So
actually, yeah, I'm sorry.
much better, yeah. And also launch some projects, also good. Like there are a lot of options better than, because market making is very operational business. So you need to work hard first 4-5 years, and only after you can build sustainable recurring revenue stream. And it's hard.
Yeah, it's actually quite interesting with family funds, because I was speaking to some in Dubai, and some of the managers of the funds were struggling to convince families to actually enter the crypto like right now, currently. And all of them, they were saying that they will have huge FOMO once BTC will surge to 100K, 150K, but it will already be too late. So it's very, very interesting as well. I was curious, as you work with meme coins quite a lot as well, and me personally, I do like meme coins too. What do you think about the narrative of meme coins in crypto?
I think that next chain, which will be famous for meme coins, can become Blast, actually. Blast can become really famous for meme coins. They launch in mainnet very soon. Probably mainnet will be live after this video will go out. And let's see if you're now watching it and there are a few famous meme coins on Blast. First, probably there are Gotbit clients. And second, probably I was right.
All right, that makes sense. Do you think that like serious investors should be investing in meme coins?
They do through our, that's what I said. Gotbit now is a gate for institutionals for memes and like on-chain trading. So they do a lot. Like, I think 30% of volume on meme coins now is institutionals. As for Gotbit or like themselves. But yeah, it is because meme coins is much better instrument for them because you have fully on-chain analysis, all transparent, no founders who controls like big supply. And if you are a big institutional, you can push these tokens to DEX or to big centralized exchanges listings. So it's a good play, almost easy, like guaranteed win for institutional fund to join. That's why there are a lot already, and they will join more. That's also why last days Bitcoin pumping and meme coins are pumping, not altcoins, meme coins. It's the reason people should understand it because there are a lot of alpha in meme coins still.
Interesting. That's a very, very alpha information because it definitely shows that they should be pumping moving forward as well. And it's not just something random. Very, very interesting. Why do you think, because you also just mentioned that BTC is moving and meme coins are moving as well, but altcoins, they're not moving much, especially like the ones from older cycle like Polkadot and Atom with a bunch of fundamentals things under them. Like, why do you think they're actually not pumping much?
Yeah, so I think old coins, I mean, which are layer one, layer twos, but listed a few years ago, they will not show big results on the new market. Because right now, for example, for me, what is the reason to invest in Polkadot if Ethereum ecosystem is growing and there are a lot of more use cases, more liquidity, and like Polkadot with a cross-chain ecosystem is not needed for anyone. So like it was a wrong business idea. People don't understand that even big layer one, layer twos with $1 billion valuations are still startups which didn't find their business model. And some of them will fail even after $1 billion valuation. They will fail just because their business model will be not actual. That's it. No product market fit. And I may be wrong, but I think it's what happening with Polkadot, for example. No product market fit. Of course, funds can pump them. For sure, they can pump like 5x, 10x. Who knows? It's easy to pump, like accumulate big position, pay marketing, and like make pump. But if we talk about something like Solana, price action and performance, when it was driven by real on-chain activity and airdrops and ecosystem growth, I don't think that it could be something same on Polkadot. But I may be wrong. I'm not deep into this.
It's very, very interesting because of these things they won't be pumping. Probably liquidity from them will finally be transitioning into like these new L2s of Ethereum as well. Can you name more projects like Polkadot that you don't think will be doing well this cycle? Like the older ones.
I don't want to because I cannot do financial advices actually. So like
Sure.
I don't want to mention some, but again, we have very big bet on Ethereum for Ethereum ecosystem. And when I say Ethereum ecosystem, I mean all L2s, all ZK projects, Starknet, so all of these projects on top of Ethereum, I think will be massive. Like yeah, and that's where we are looking. Most of the where is our focus in terms of investment, trading, market making.
That makes sense. Do you think we're actually heading into a crazy bull cycle?
Today, I think so. Yeah, actually, I think so. Hard to predict anyway. Hard to predict, but I think we already started. Maybe we will see corrections, but in general, two main factors. It's a halving. No, three main factors: ETF halving, and rates in the US probably will go down. Inflation will go down and rates will go down. And I think even it will be much better than halving and ETF. So this will be much better for the market. You can see on S&P 500, NASDAQ making new all-time high every week. And of course, risk assets are very correlated. So crypto is very correlated with stocks still. So yeah, I'm sure.
I do believe that BTC should catch up with S&P 500 and altcoins should catch up with BTC and then with S&P 500, like in terms of making new all-time highs as well. Do you think that BTC will actually reach 100K this cycle? And if so, how soon? Do you think before the halving, after the halving? Just your thoughts.
I don't know, actually. I don't think about BTC much. I think like maybe it will reach it tomorrow. Who knows? Like it's not very liquid market from the sell side, actually. It's very liquid from the buy side right now. So price could be really any price. So it could be also higher, 200, 500. People don't understand how illiquid is Bitcoin from the sell side right now and how illiquid it will be in the future from the sell side. Like you comparing old wallets to the buy power of US economic. It's like it's impossible to compare. It's like sun to the earth size. It could be big.
Very, very interesting view as well. A lot of people currently, they see Bitcoin surging, altcoins not moving much, and they're thinking that it's going to be a Bitcoin dominated cycle, and essentially altcoins, they're not going to pump much as well. What do you think on this type of opinion?
Just go check previous cycles. It's every cycle is the same. Like, don't understand these people, to be honest. Like, just if you joined yesterday crypto, okay, but like if you are here like at least 3 years, you know that it's always like this: Bitcoin first, then others.
Makes sense. We are recording this interview at 29th of February. Do you think that we should see a catch up of altcoins to BTC levels soon, or it's going to happen somewhere later?
BTC level, you mean like percent of growth or what?
Yeah, pretty much.
I think they will grow more than BTC in percent. So like, of course, they will outperform Bitcoin soon. Yeah, probably. Solana already up today. Solana is 130, 130. It's a lot. So I think it's market very bullish, and don't think that it will go lower. Like, I mean, some corrections, but in general, I don't think we will change the trend.
That makes sense.
Trend changing, yeah. So of course they will outperform Bitcoin.
Interesting. There are also a lot of people that are afraid to actually buy altcoins currently. They're waiting for a correction. They are thinking something else. What can you say to these people?
Do your own research. If you think so, do your own research. Like, of course, you are the only right person in your trading room. So yeah, do your own research.
It makes sense. Do you think it is smart to be waiting for a dip currently?
Again, I don't want to do any financial advices, so like I don't know. Like, do your own research, guys, and like hard to say where we will go, but hope you will be the person who will know the dip and who will know the top.
That makes sense. All right. I was curious also to ask, like, what do you think? What are your personal top 3 narratives for this cycle?
Ethereum ecosystem is number 1, Bitcoin L2 and projects on top of it number 2, real Bitcoin L2s, not fake ones. And third, we will see one more non-EVM chain which will go really big, maybe same as Solana last cycle. Maybe it started also with S. Let's see.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. What do you think about AI? Because my thought process is that a bunch of people, they made a bunch of money in stock market with companies like Nvidia and AI companies as well. Do you think that once they will be coming into crypto, they would also be looking to put the money into AI projects?
I don't think that people who made money with Nvidia on stock market will come to crypto anyway. So like, I don't think so. I think it's different people. I think there is not such transition money from. I know people who make big money in Nvidia, like big funds. They probably trade only Bitcoin. They don't go trade some AI altcoins, which is almost fake AI, just AI in name or like just GPT in name. So yeah, I don't think it's relevant.
Makes sense. I was also curious in terms of the upcoming launches of the projects. Like, can you list maybe 3 launches of the projects that you are most bullish on that are not on the market at this stage?
Not like bullish, but we are following Blast. Also, we are following Scallop, and third one, I think Circuit, built by QuantStamp, a
All
big
right.
L2, launched summer.
Makes sense. It also seems that we are moving quite fast in terms of the price of BTC, and the cycle is quite fast because we actually might be reaching, no one knows, but we might be reaching all-time highs before the halving event. Do you think we might be actually getting a short cycle, or it's going to be the same cycle based on your opinion?
It's always like this. Bitcoin is always moving fast. Like nobody expected fast. That's why always best strategy is to buy and hold when deep. So because then you just need to hold, and it's very easy to hold when it's moving like this. Very easy because like you just go bet it's 50, you wake up at 64. Fuck, you never see this in stocks. But I don't think that it's that like speed of Bitcoin will define the length, like the timing of the cycle. I don't think so. So I think cycle will be as long as economy will be bullish, and as long as halving an ETF will be priced in Bitcoin. So
That makes
probably
sense.
next 9 to 12 months, because like
That
we
makes
are
sense.
priced a bit. So I think Bitcoin is priced a bit forward, like maybe 4 weeks, 4 months forward than it is. So price of Bitcoin is already included all ETF inflows in the next 4 months in Bitcoin. That's what I think.
It's actually quite interesting. Yeah, it's a very interesting thought as well. Do you expect like any black swan event this year, like financial crisis, like major war or something like this?
Black swans you cannot expect. So it's always impossible to be ready, because if you are preparing for black swan, it means that you are in short or selling, and like it also means that you can sell early. So like that's why we are not preparing for black swans
That makes
right
sense.
now. Maybe later we will, but it's just closing positions. It's not about preparations.
Following statistics, basically only 10% of people are profitable in crypto market, and even if a lot of people are making a lot of money, not a lot of people are keeping the money after that. How actually person who is watching this video can increase the success chance to be in this 10% of people that will be profitable and will be able to actually keep the money?
Statistically based method is simple: buy and hold. That's it. It's the best statistically based method, because in long term, and for stocks it's a short term. For crypto it's like, okay, long term, crypto is growing long term. So your job is just to pick right ones, buy, hold, and sell and profit when you want. That's it.
Um,
Nothing new, and never trade on perps. Also will save you a lot of money.
all right. How our audience can actually be valuable to you?
In two simple ways. Way number one, follow our Twitter, Gotbit Twitter. You're welcome. Please, if we will be able to put the link, please follow our Twitter. A lot of announcements. We are working on content. We're posting some alpha, so please join. And secondary, we're hiring. We are hiring a lot of institutional sales managers, business developers, account managers. So please also feel free. You can send your CV to our Twitter DMs, always open. Please, we are hiring, and probably we will keep hiring this year, next year, because it's bull market.
Any final words about the market to viewers of the interview, and any words that you have to people that actually want to make it this cycle? Are these people still early at this stage?
I think you're right time, not early, not late. So just do your own research. Check previous cycles, check what happened, check what kind of marketing happened previous cycles, and try to pick right ones, because you only can, like, there are two hardest things. Thing number one is to pick right ones, and thing number two is to hold right ones, because there are a lot of people who bought BONK at 20 mil market cap and sold at 40 mil market cap, and then BONK reached 2 billion. So yeah, just two things. Pick right ones using research, using maybe some alpha, maybe some, I don't know, religion stuff. and then try to manage your position. Not sell late, not sell early. That's it.
Makes sense. Doing nothing is also doing something. Thank you very much for this interview. It's a great pleasure to have you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, people. Follow Gotbit. See you in the bull cycle.
Thank you. This is it. Did you watch it in 2x? Have you watched it distracted, doing something else in parallel? That's not good enough. Put everything else aside. Focus. Put it on 1x on a large screen. Rewatch it from the start till the end with pen and paper, taking notes through the whole interview. Respect your future self. Make his life easier. Did you actually receive the answers to these questions from the interview? Top narratives of this cycle. Layer 1 project that is live already, that might be joining Solana and Ethereum and rule alongside them. Institutions trading meme coins and their volumes. Bitcoin layer 2s as a narrative. Market makers and if their presence guarantees the pump. Alt season. What to do in the market right now. If you don't have a crystal clear answer to each and every of these questions, go and rewatch it. Don't have time? Good. Put it on watch later and watch it once you will have time. This is important. I want you to make it. Difference between 5 and 50x performance might be one view away. Act.